Hello and welcome to the Mom Live Show. I am so thrilled that you decided to join me again on today. So I want to say welcome back to those of you who have visited us before, and welcome to anyone who is watching us for the first time. I am again so glad that you decided to join us today. And if you are joining us live, make sure you put hashtag live in the comments below and let us know where you're watching us from so that I know the reach of the Mompreneur HQ community. Well, I'm still going to continue with our three-part series. Last week, we talked about the exciting world of product promotion, product creation and promotion, basically planning out your promotions around holidays and in these special events and creating a product that is going to address the need of your audience. And so that was last week. And now we want to continue the conversation about around strategies to help you to get paid. That's right. Today we are talking about getting paid and the different methods of how you can accept payment for your small business. I mean, it's an essential topic because after all, at the end of the day, when you put in all this hard work and effort into creating your products or providing your services and doing these promotions, you want the next step to be that you have a way to earn income from your ideas or your services. And so the only way you can earn that income is to have a way to have people pay you. So I know that many of you are juggling various responsibilities from being a super mom to a super entrepreneur. And that's why we're here. We're going to provide you with valuable insight and practical tips that will help make managing your small business easier and more successful. So, as I mentioned in today's episode, we're going to explore different payment options, some tools and strategies to ensure that you receive payments seamlessly for your customers, whether you're just starting out or you have a business and you're just looking for other ways to optimize your payment process, then we have you covered. So, just so if you didn't know, I am Rashida Green. I am the founder and CEO of Get Right Coaching, the host of the Mompreneur HQ community, where you are currently viewing, and the creator of the Digimompreneur Academy. And I help moms who are determined to find time, money, and location freedom to start online businesses so that they can build the life of their dreams without neglecting themselves or their families in the process. And I do that through coaching, content, community, and now through the Digimompreneur Academy. So if you are a mom looking to start an online business, looking to get some passive income while you work full time, then this is the community for you because we're going to be definitely helping those who want to be helped to start online businesses so that you can get the income that you need, the side hustle that you want, the time that you desire to be able to do what you want to do with your family and your life. All right, so make sure that you grab your favorite cup of coffee, your snack for your late afternoon lunch, find a cozy spot, get ready to write some notes because you're going to need some notes. You're going to take some notes if you don't already have a payment process in place, right? We want to empower your small business and we want to share with you some valuable information. Again, this is a three-part series, so I hope that you go, if you haven't already watched the replay on last week's episode, then certainly do that. And then this is going to be part two. And then we're coming back with a third episode to close us out on how to deliver your products or service after you have gotten people to pay for them, right? So as always, I want you to feel free to ask questions in the comments. Of course, if I can get to them live, I most certainly will. And if not, I'll just come right back to the comment field and answer your questions as they are in the comments. All right. Make sure that if you know someone who can benefit from this information, make sure you tag them, invite them to the group so that they can watch this, so that they can get the information that you are going to get today. And what else? I want to just make sure that you know that we are here for you in the Mompreneur HQ community. The Digimompreneur Academy is also available to you. And so we're going to just go ahead and get started helping you to conquer the world of getting paid. That's right. Let's get paid, mompreneurs. Payment options for your online business. Let's dive into the world of payments and discover how to make your small business thrive. All right. So last week, as I mentioned, I'm going to show you my little board. Last week, this is what we did last week. We looked at the last 3 months of the year. We're trying to get our Q4 planning done, and we talked about different things different ideas that may have come up for you for October, some other ideas that may have come up for November, and some others for December. So we looked at the holidays, and then we said, well, what can we plan for around those holidays? What kind of ideas? So that's what you'll see underneath here, the ideas. But we also are going to use this easel today to be able to talk to you about our payment options. Now, let me just say that there is no one size fit all. I am not a professional accountant to tell you which systems are better to use. I am just simply saying you need to be able to get paid. That's the gist of it. Our three things was product, planning, we said payment, how to get paid, and then deliverables, how to deliver your product. So those are the three basic steps that you need when you're starting an online business. And when I say basic, literally just those three things would be the basic. Now, the bells and whistles can come after you start making some money in the business, or it can come if you decide to start up front. You can definitely do some bells and whistles that will help make your automation much smoother and easier for your business. But in the meantime, just those three basic things. You need a product, payment, delivery. That's it. Those are the three main things. All right. So pay me, right? You now have this product out there. You are able to, you found some people who are saying, yes, give me that. I want that. How much is it? And you say, okay, I don't have a web page, a website. I don't have, oh, sorry, I'm a little distracted because I'm opening up my markers because we're going to write down a few things on the easel today. And so I'm going to pick pink because, hey, why not? That's one of our colors. So, yes. So you don't have a website because we said this is basic. This is basic, no frill, just the basics. So I don't have a website, but I still have a product that people are saying that they want to get from me. So I want to be able to accept payment. Now, let me tell you, this is the day and age of cashless transactions. Absolutely. You don't have to show up and pay with cash in a lot of places now. Let me tell you, some places only take credit cards. So, and then now we're going to chips and putting chips inside your body to be able to pay for stuff. This is getting a little out of hand, but these are the things in the way that's going on. This is the way of the time, the times that we're living in, right? So you have to have some way to accept payment. Now, we're talking about no frills. We're talking about with minimum out-of-pocket costs. But what I don't encourage is that you say, oh, here, this is my Cash App. I don't encourage Cash App. I don't encourage Venmo. Those are very basic. They do get you paid. If that is the very best you can do, then rock with it. However, there are other services that won't cost you any out-of-pocket money. Well, they do have charges, but it won't come out of your pocket. It will come out of the price point of your service or product. So if you sell a $10 service, some of these places are taking 2.5%. Some people are taking 1.75%, whatever the case may be. Once that person pays with their credit card through your platform, then that platform provider or service provider will then take the money right off the top, and then you get the change, right? So it's not costing you any upfront money to get with some of these companies, but there are costs and they are perceived to be more professional. And that is the thing. Even if you're going with the no frills, no cost marketing and so forth, you're setting up your business at very minimal cost to you out of pocket. You still don't want it to appear to be a low budget business. You want it to be able to appeal to a larger audience, a large group of people. One of the things that we talk about beyond these three steps is email marketing and ads and promotions, and how you can even word of mouth, how you can get in front of your ideal audience. And so that's beyond these three steps. But for these three steps, you still want to give the appearance of professionalism. And so, with that, come up with some more recognizable names for payment processors. You can do your own research. Again, I am not a professional accountant. I can't tell you what these people are doing as far as fees. I can only give you based on my experience and what things I have come across with other people. Okay. So, when we talk about pay me, we're not talking about Cash App. We're not talking about Venmo. So even if you have a jewelry business, or a Tupperware business, or a crafting business, a t-shirt business, even with those businesses that are seemingly, just your basic everyday, you do not have to be basic. So you do not necessarily have to charge via Cash App and Venmo. You can go with PayPal. You can go with Stripe. You can even go with Square. And some other companies that are out there. Do your research. I'm just sharing the ones that I actually have. I have Square. I actually still have the little Square box, even though they've now gone to the POS systems. So I have Square. I have PayPal. I have Square, PayPal, and Stripe. These are easy to work with. They have information and analytics that they provide. Cash App, yes, can give you your history, but the analytics really do help to be able to see who's buying your stuff, where they're buying from. You might find out that you have an international audience. You might find out that all your people that buying from you are in your hometown. You just never know. But that's what some of these other platforms allow you, the analytics, to help you to understand your clients, where they're coming from, what they're spending their money on, all of that good stuff. Also gives you email information, that you may be able to use with permission. So it's just a number of different things that you can do with a processor such as Square, PayPal, and Stripe. Okay. So when you're thinking about how to accept payment, you don't have a website, you could simply send an invoice that you've created with the link to pay. Many of these platforms that I mentioned actually allow you to go from that platform and send and create an invoice in PayPal, an invoice in Stripe that you can send directly to your client or potential buyer to use the link to pay directly into your payment processor. Easy peasy. So even if you don't know how to do an invoice yourself, they will create one. And then you can send it directly to whoever you need to send it to. They provide you with payment links. So if you wanted to put it in your social media, in your caption or something to that effect, you can put the link directly there, and they can in the caption, post, or what have you, or in your email signature, wherever it is that you have that you want to promote this link, they can go ahead and buy it directly from there, and provide the information, and you can mail out the product if it's a product, or email the service, whatever the digital product that you have to sell. Easy, clean, done, right? They provide you, those type of platforms allow you to do that. So that's another reason why you should go with a more professional. Not to say that Cash App and Venmo are not professional. Some people don't look at those platforms the same. Some people actually get not offended, but some people change their buying decision based on the way that they pay you. Oh my gosh, Cash App. So many people be trying to steal Cash App or whatever, trying to hack Cash App, whatever. So you don't want to put that fear into the hearts of your ideal client. You want to be able to get them the surety that PayPal, Square, Stripe, and others would provide. Okay. Thrive Card is now coming up very, very often. However, the price point may not be where we are for these three steps. We're talking about basic line, right? Another thing to consider, depending on the price point, speaking of, depending on the price point of your product or service, you may want to consider payment plans, right? So if you have a low ticket item that's anywhere from zero, not zero, from $7, let's say from $7 to $2.97, for instance, you may not want a payment plan. You just buy it. You buy it outright. That's it. But if you have a four-figure investment type thing, maybe a $1,500, a 1295, or $5,000, you may want to consider payment plans. Well, think about that. Consider it. You don't have to. You might be like, listen, my ideal audience is the audience that can pay full price, pay in full. That's it. And you stick with that. And that's what you want. People that's going to pay in full. And then that's what you get. People that's going to pay in full. If you decide to do payment plans, then, that's something that you can certainly consider. And these are some things you might want to think about. The length of time of your program. If you have a coaching program for 30 days, do you want a 3 pay installment plan for a $1,500 service, right? Because you might say, oh, 500, 500, 500 for 3 months. Well, the service length is 30 days. So you're going to provide a service that they're going to still be paying for 3 months down the road. That may not work out, because once they get the service, they may decide, I'm not paying for this. I'm done, and cancel the card and do all this other crazy nonsense. So you might want to consider the investment, the amount of the investment, the length of time for deliverable of that product or service, and then consider that. There's also the opportunity to say, well, I want to have this product, offer this service, and it's a 6-month program. So I'm going to go ahead and divide up the pay. Say it's 6,000 and it's 6 months. So I'm going to do 1,000 per month. So that's an option. You can say, I am going to do a payment plan, but I'm only going to do a payment plan for 6 payments at 1,000. That's a flat rate, no interest, no nothing, right? Or you can say 6,000, but I'm going to make it 1,100 each month. So now you're adding a convenience fee, and you're saying to the client, hey, there's an incentive to pay in full. You save $600. But if you go with the payment plan, you'll be paying an additional $600 on top of the service. That can be considered a convenience fee, incentive fee, interest fee, because you do get charged on these transactions. So there are a number of different things that you can call it. But at the end of the day, I'm like, listen, if you don't have it, either you're going to do what you need to do to get it so you can avoid paying the $600 because you really want that offer, or you're going to say, listen, I don't care what you say about the interest or this convenience fee. I don't have it. We're going to go with that. Either way, for your interest, you just want to make sure that you're getting paid for the service that you offer and deliver. So it is totally up to you, but those are some options for you. Pay in full only, or payment plans. Okay, if I do a payment plan, what are my options there? Am I going to divide it by, some people, depending on the investment, will say 2,500 up front. If it's $10,000 as an example, 2,500 up front, and then divide the balance between those other months. Whichever way you go, these are just different options for you to be able to receive payment for the offer or service that you provide. Okay, so think about that. If you're going with the payment plan, how much is the investment? Is it even worth dividing up, right? If it's $100, do you really want to divide it up into 4 payments of $25? Is it worth it when Stripe, PayPal, and whoever else is going to charge you 2.5% for every single transaction? Think about it. Things to consider, because we want to get paid, mompreneurs. So think about that. What else? So the investment amount, the length of this service or offer. If it's going to go into 6 months, that's something that you can consider. If it's only 30 days, do you really want to do a payment plan for a 30-day program? If the 30-day program is $10,000, oh, I can understand why you would think that. But that doesn't make sense. A 30-day program at $10,000, depending on what industry you're in, do you want to then break that down into a smaller investment amount that can be on a recurring charge fee? that is something to consider. So these are these things that you want to think about if you are trying to get paid, right? Now, some people might say, well, what's the point? I'd rather just do cash. I'll meet you on the corner, on the Ave, and meet you on the corner. We just going to exchange cash for the book or whatever the case may be. No, ma'am. We're not doing that. So some things that you may want to consider. We talked about um, for your business, for your payment options, we talked about the payment plan. But some reasons why people actually just even do um, processes in the first place, payment processes. One, you want to get paid. This is how you get your money. You can't just have a product, say you selling it, and have no way for the people to get it. They will be so turned off if they find out that, oh yeah, I got it, but it's not plugged up or it's not started. It's not, my website ain't. We don't want to worry about that. We want to make sure that we can get paid. So make sure you have a way to get paid. Again, if you have to start with Cash App and Venmo, do that, but don't stay there. Okay, we want to progress we want to progress to professional. Okay, so make sure we're doing that. But again, some reasons that we want to make sure that we have these payment plans, payment processes. One, straight up for convenience. It's the easiest thing for people to do to just plug in their credit card information and pay you. It is so easy to just do that. Another reason we talked about a little moment ago, because one of the reasons why people don't mess with Cash App, security. They want to make sure that when they put their credit card information in there, that is going to be okay. That's why they're always looking for those little, the little Visa sign or the check sign to make sure that it's been validated, all this good stuff. They want to make sure that their money is secure. Another thing, or another reason why people would work with you more so if you have a payment processor in place is because they want to be able to have a good customer experience. Okay. They want to be able to just plug in their information, get their confirmation, and then to have their product delivered. We'll talk about that more, the delivery, on next week. And then it also is just, which goes kind of like with convenience, is ease of use, right? Easy. They want something that is easy for them to be able to do. You make it easier for your customer to buy your products, they're going to keep buying your products. If you make it hard, they are going to leave before they even get to the payment, finishing the payment. One of the things that we talk about is also, let me just put this down for a second. One of the things we also talk about is when we talk about ease of use. Me in the online space, is typically a couple of questions that you can ask when somebody's buying something. You can ask them for their name, their phone number, their address, their Instagram handle. All these questions you can ask them, but is it going to make it an easy buy? If they have to fill in all that information plus their credit card information and their CV and their zip code, it just feels overwhelming. And then some people who have certain insecurities about using their credit card to begin with might be like, well, why do they need all my information? So you want to make it easy for them. These questions you may be able to ask, and some follow-up information, some survey that you might be able to send out to ask, what it is that they do, and how does this product benefit them, what stage of business they're in, depending on the price point. If it's a low price point item, $7, $17, $27, $37, right? You don't want to ask so many questions. That can be a turnoff. They may stop. Another thing to consider when you're trying to get paid is upsells, downsells, order bumps. I have gone and purchased something and had like 4 or 5 upsells or one-time offers. Get this. Oh, thanks for getting this, but what about this? You don't want that? How about this? You sure you don't want that? What if I give it to you for this much? Okay, you don't want that either? Well, I have something totally different over here. And and then you're like, no thanks, no thanks, no thank you, no thank you. And when somebody call you on the phone with that, you're ready to hang up, right? And that's exactly what people do if they have to answer all these questions and go through all these steps to get something that they did want. They really want this item, but then they have to go through all these steps just to get it. When all they want to do, they had the credit card in hand. All they want to do is buy it. And you're blocking them or keeping them from the one thing that they wanted with all of these pages. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about simple process, 3 steps: plan, product and a plan, payment processor, and a delivery method. So next week we're going to wrap up with the delivery method on our basic business plan. So we are going to continue with deliverability or delivering our goods on next week. So I want you to come back. But we've now got knocked down 2 of the 3 steps. And I want to make sure that if you are a business owner in this group, that you celebrate with me for my birthday this month. Be active, invite people, respond to our posts, and you're going to be automatically entered into a secret drawing so that you can win prizes for my birthday month. And we have some other stuff that's going to be coming down the line. So make sure that you are keeping up. Make sure you put that update your notifications so that when we post that you get that notification. But the whole point of today's show was to make sure that you know that we are trying to get paid. Let's get paid, mompreneurs. Payment options for your online business. I hope that this has been information that you can use, information that you can certainly think about for your business if you haven't already done so. And even if you have Cash App and Venmo, just think about what I said, how people perceive you with your business when you have a different or more professional, more recognizable security payment processor. So think about those. And, when we're talking about payment plans, there's several options. So if you missed anything, make sure you hit rewind on the replay so that you can catch up and get all of the details. I am so looking forward to finishing out this series next week so that you get all the information that you need to be able to start your basic business on a budget. These 3 steps, that's it. That's the bare minimum 3 steps to start your business on a budget. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, make sure you drop them in the comment field. I would love to hear them and be able to respond to them. And again, remember, it is September. It is my birthday month. I am celebrating all month long, and I want you to join me. So make sure that you are checking out the group, making comments, and inviting friends, and turning on your notifications so that you can be in the know when we start celebrating this month in the Mompreneur HQ. Thank you for joining me. I can't wait to see you next week. And until next time.